As summer ends and hints of winter begin, we need to face a common problem. In 2021, we faced challenges that showed how fragile our global supply chains are. When stores didn't have things we needed, it reminded us how vulnerable we are. Those memories still affect us, and we're still unsure about what will happen. A study by Nielsen IQ showed that U.S. retailers lost a huge $82 billion because they didn't have enough things to sell. To understand, that's about $1.4 billion lost in sales each week, which shows how much supply chain issues matter. During the third quarter, that loss even increased to $1.75 billion in a single week. These numbers aren't just random facts. They mean people didn't have enough to eat, couldn't get what they needed, and families had to make tough choices. The lack of things we needed last year still affects us now, as we want things to get back to normal. Kate Dennis, who works at the Consumer Brands Association, warns us that food shortages are still a problem. It's not just about people buying a lot in a panic. It's more widespread now. As winter approaches, we need to stay informed, get ready, and learn so we can deal with these uncertain times. With that in mind, we made a list of 20 important foods that might not be in stores this winter, and that might be hard to find. Let's dive straight into the video. 1. Wheat. Wheat is a staple in many diets, used to make bread, pasta, pastries, and more. Climate change is affecting wheat production through unpredictable rainfall patterns and an increase in pests and diseases due to changing conditions. Rising temperatures can speed up the growth cycle, reducing the time for wheat to mature and impacting its quality and protein content. 2. Avocado. Avocados are beloved for their creamy texture and distinct flavor. However, unpredictable weather patterns, such as alternating episodes of drought and flooding in places like California, are not favorable for avocado orchards. The high demand for avocados in the U.S. and other countries is putting pressure on growing regions, leading to concerns about sustainability and price increases. The high demand for avocados in the U.S. and other countries is putting pressure on growing regions, leading to concerns about sustainability and price increases. 3. Quinoa. Quinoa is a superfood known for its rich protein content and gluten-free nature. However, the rising popularity of quinoa has led to overuse of land and water resources in its native regions like Bolivia, Peru, and Ecuador. Erratic rainfall due to climate change is also affecting quinoa cultivation, highlighting the importance of supporting sustainable farming practices. 4. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are used in various cuisines and dishes. However, regions like California, a significant tomato producer, have been battling recurring drought conditions and high temperatures. Lack of water and high temperatures can lead to issues like blossom end rot, affecting tomato yields and quality. 5. Tea. Tea is a daily ritual for many people, especially in countries like China, India, and Kenya. However, changing rainfall patterns, rising temperatures, and increased instances of pests and diseases are hampering tea production. Disruptions in tea production can also have significant socioeconomic implications for the communities involved. 6. Poultry and meat. Climate change impacts feed grain production, affecting livestock, feed availability, and prices. Extreme heat conditions can stress animals, impacting their growth and reproduction. This, coupled with increasing demand, can lead to potential shortages and rising costs in the meat and poultry sector. 7. Berries. Berries require a specific number of chill hours during winter to ensure a fruitful spring. However, as winters become milder due to global warming, the required chill hours aren't always met. This leads to erratic flowering and fruiting patterns, impacting the quantity and quality of berry harvests. 8. Maize. Maize, a staple in many parts of the world, is sensitive to drought conditions and erratic rainfall. Corn is wind-pollinated and sensitive to high temperatures during pollination, which can lead to reduced yields and lower quality corn. 9. Potatoes. Rising global temperatures and unpredictable weather patterns are putting a strain on potato cultivation. Inconsistent rainfall patterns can lead to either too much water, causing rot, or too little water, hampering potato growth. Pests like the Colorado potato beetle are also becoming harder to manage due to resistance to pesticides. 10. Apples. Rising temperatures can affect bud formation in apple trees. Pests and diseases further threaten apple yields, requiring adaptation strategies such as exploring resilient apple varieties or relocating orchards. 11. Rice. Rice is a staple food in many Asian countries and feeds nearly half of the world's population. However, its cultivation faces challenges due to climate change. Rising sea levels and changing monsoon patterns threaten rice production. Coastal paddy fields are particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels, which can lead to saltwater intrusion and soil salinity. This affects the growth of rice plants and can result in lower yields. Additionally, changing monsoon patterns can disrupt the timing of planting and harvesting, impacting the overall rice cycle. As rice is a vital source of food for billions of people, these challenges have significant implications for global food security. 12. Chocolate. Chocolate is a beloved treat enjoyed by people all over the world. However, the production of chocolate is dependent on cacao trees, which are highly sensitive to climate changes. Key cacao growing regions are experiencing unpredictable weather patterns, including changes in rainfall and temperature. This makes it difficult for cacao trees to thrive and produce high-quality cocoa beans. Diseases and pests that affect cacao trees are also exacerbated by climate shifts. The threat to cacao production not only affects chocolate lovers, but also has economic implications for the countries that rely on cacao exports. 13. Olive oil. Olive oil is a fundamental ingredient in Mediterranean cuisine and is also used in various dishes globally. Olive trees are facing challenges due to shifting climate patterns, including droughts and pests. The Mediterranean region, known for its ideal olive-growing conditions, has been experiencing inconsistent rainfall patterns. This has led to either too much water, causing root rot, or too little water, hampering olive tree growth and olive yield. Additionally, pests that target olive trees are becoming harder to manage due to changing climatic conditions. The decline in olive yield directly impacts the global supply of olive oil and has implications for both culinary traditions and economies. 14. Bananas, particularly the widely exported Cavendish variety, are facing a serious threat from a fungal disease known as Panama disease tropical race 4, TR4. This fungus attacks the roots of banana plants, causing them to wilt and die. The spread of TR4 is a significant concern as it can devastate entire banana plantations. This poses a major threat to global banana production and supply. As bananas are a favorite fruit for many and a crucial source of income for banana-growing regions, the potential impact of TR4 is a cause for alarm. 15. Fish and seafood. The world's oceans are facing numerous challenges, including overfishing, pollution, and climate change. Rising ocean temperatures are particularly harmful to marine ecosystems as they stress coral reefs and disrupt the life cycles of various marine species. Coral reefs are essential habitats for numerous fish species, providing them with food and shelter. However, increasing ocean temperatures lead to coral bleaching, a phenomenon in which corals expel the symbiotic algae living within them. This weakens the corals and can result in their death. As the health of coral reefs declines, so does the overall health of marine ecosystems, impacting both fish populations and the livelihoods of communities dependent on fishing. 16. Coffee. Coffee is a globally consumed beverage with a rich cultural history. However, coffee production is highly sensitive to changing climates. Coffee beans are primarily grown in tropical regions like Brazil and Ethiopia. Rising temperatures in these regions reduce suitable coffee growing areas and can negatively affect the quality of coffee beans. As temperatures rise, coffee plants may be more susceptible to diseases and pests, impacting yields and bean quality. This poses a threat to the global coffee supply and affects the economies of coffee-producing countries. 17. Grapes. Grapes are the foundation of winemaking, and the quality of wine is heavily influenced by the climate in which grapes are grown. Global warming is affecting grape maturation, which can influence the flavor and characteristics of wine. In some regions, rising temperatures can cause grapes to ripen too quickly, resulting in wines that lack complexity and balance. In other regions, changing climate conditions may lead to unpredictable grape maturation, affecting the consistency of wine production. Vineyard owners are faced with the challenge of adapting to these changing conditions to ensure the continued production of high-quality wines. 18. Soybeans. Soybeans are a crucial source of protein for both human consumption and animal feed. However, the cultivation of soybeans is vulnerable to climate change. Rising temperatures and inconsistent rainfall patterns can impact soybean yields. As plant-based diets gain popularity, the demand for soy products is increasing, putting further pressure on soybean production. Sustainable farming practices and strategies to mitigate the impact of climate change on soybean cultivation are essential to ensure a stable supply of this important crop. 19. Honey. Honeybees play a critical role in pollinating crops, contributing to global food production. However, honeybees are facing multiple challenges, including habitat loss, pesticide exposure, and climate change. Rising temperatures and changing weather patterns can disrupt the behavior and health of honeybee colonies. This can impact honey production and the availability of bees for pollinating crops. The decline in honeybee populations also raises concerns about food security and biodiversity, as many plant species rely on bees for pollination. 20. Nuts. Almonds and pistachios are popular nuts consumed as snacks and used in various culinary dishes. These nuts are primarily grown in regions like California, which is facing challenges from droughts and water scarcity. Almond and pistachio trees have high water requirements, and the increasing frequency of droughts in these regions can affect nut production. Additionally, the pollination of these trees relies on bees, which are facing their own challenges. The combination of water scarcity and declining bee populations can impact the availability and cost of these nuts, affecting both consumer choices and the nut industry. The impact of climate change on our global food system is evident through the potential disappearance of these 20 surprising items from grocery stores. From staple grains like wheat and rice to beloved fruits like avocados and bananas, the challenges posed by changing climate patterns, rising temperatures, and unpredictable weather events are threatening our food supply chain. The implications of these potential disappearances go beyond individual cravings. They encompass economic, environmental, and social consequences. The interconnectedness of various crops, animals, and ecosystems underscores the urgency of addressing climate change and its effects on agriculture. Sustainable farming practices, resilient crop varieties, and conservation efforts for pollinators like bees are essential steps towards ensuring food security for future generations. Additionally, consumer awareness and support for local, sustainable, and climate-resilient food systems can play a pivotal role in mitigating the impact of climate change on our grocery store shelves. By recognizing the delicate balance between nature, climate, and food production, we can work towards a more resilient and secure food future.